Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Laura. It's Friday. Yes, it went so fast and I can't believe I'm taping like 9 or 10 o'clock at night. Anyway, no, I did not forget about Friday reads. It's just that I haven't had time and I've been very busy. So let's get started with the books that I'm currently reading. I have one review for you, and then I have 3 books that I want to share about that I want to start reading, and then I'm going to do my Knockdown My Tbr type video to see what I'm going to get rid of. I didn't even move these books since Monday, so yeah, so this is going to be interesting, and it's really late, so I hope I can get through it. So let's start with my review. I did finish a book, and I finished an audiobook, and I actually finished it and then restarted it. So yes. So the book that I was listening to was called Switch on Your Brain, The Key to Peak Happiness, Thinking and Health by Carolyn Leaf. So yes, so this was the book choice for Planner Perfect, and that's why I chose it. I used Scribd. They have the audiobook. Really enjoyed the audiobook. However, there was lots and lots of scripture in there. So she didn't really say the scripture. She just said go and listen to the scripture. So I had lots of notes written down. I actually have my Planner Perfect notebook, and because the beginning of the book I had like 5 or 6 pages that were blank because of April and May, I wound up writing some quotes in here and some notes about the book. So yes, there was some lots of scripture, so I'm not going to read the scriptures because you could just look that up. But the quotes that I liked were, we cannot control events and circumstances of our life, but we can control our reactions. It is not easy, but can be done through our thoughts and emotions. So that was one quote that she said throughout the book. And another quote she said was, choices are real. You are free to make choices. So I thought that was pretty interesting. The rest was all scripture, and I was jotting down the scripture throughout my notebook. And I have a couple of pages. Here is another quote that she said, God leads, but we must choose to let God lead. So I thought that was pretty neat. Yeah, so that's what I've been doing, writing all these scriptures in here. And as that's the second time I was listening to the book, this is where I was jotting everything down. So I'm going to rate it. I haven't rated it yet on Goodreads, but I am rating it a 3. I finished it. I didn't think it was extraordinary, over the top, except for those 3 quotes that I just told you about. I didn't think I grabbed that much from the book. Yeah, so I'm giving it a 3 stars. I'm glad I finished it. I'm glad I listened to it on Scribd, and that's it. Reading. I am reading 2 books right now. I am reading The Good Sister very slowly. I don't even think I got very far since the last time I did my video. I am stuck on page 64. I am enjoying it, but I need to read more and have some more time to read. So that's that. I am also continuing to read The Stand on my Kindle. So I will continue reading that as well. I don't know how far I got. Let me see if I open up my Kindle. I hate when it loses my place, but I am on page 172. So I did not get very far from the last time, but I did read a little bit more. So that's it for my physical reading. I haven't picked out a new audiobook yet because I just finished the one that I just did the review on, which was called I can't even remember the name, Switch on Your Brain. Yes. Okay, so there's 3 books that I hopefully will be focusing on next week. And I'm going to share that with you. While I was in Target, I wound up picking up a book, more like a short story type book. And the book that I picked up more for Mother's Day was Love Your Life, Love the Life You Have. And it has 100 ways to embrace God's goodness. So I thought this was pretty cool. And it has 100 things and 100 chapters in here. And they're very, very short chapters. I think each chapter is like 2-3 pages. And I started reading it. I'm on chapter 4. So I figured maybe once a day I would pick something out of this book and read it, but read it in order. So it has nice, pretty pictures. As you can see, there's a cow there. There's like nice things in here. Yeah, lots of pictures and stuff. And as I said, there's 100. There's bicycle riding. That's pretty cool. So this is the book. It also has a bookmark sticking out of the bottom. Actually, I am not using the bookmark right now, but I am using a Post-it note to share what page I'm on, so to mark what page I'm on. So that's this book here. And the next 2 books are art related. I joined a Doodle Your Emotions class, which starts May 12th, I believe, to the 18th or 17th, like that. So I wound up buying the book from the person who is in charge of the Doodle My Emotions. So I wound up getting her book, which is this one from Amazon. It is Heartwork Journaling, Play with a Purpose by Marissa Meyer, and she's the one who's going to be teaching me how to draw my emotions. I'm hoping to use it in my art journal. So I wanted to have her book. She draws like little people and just different things here, like cartoonish. So I wanted to have her books to go along with the class. So yeah, I started reading it, but I didn't get very far. But this is what I plan on doing for the month of March. So the month of May. This is the month of May. So yeah, so that's this. And the second book that I got is also art related. I wound up getting this one, Syllabus, Notes from an Accidental Professor by Linda Barry. This is comic strip type journaling, and this is a syllabus that she uses in college. And I found this from another booktuber, a YouTuber, and then 2 days after I ordered it, 2 days later, I saw it on Elizabeth's channel, which was really weird because I just bought this like 2 days ago, and like then she was talking about it on her channel. So that's really weird. But anyway, this is about different things with art journaling, and because I'm doing art journaling for the month of May, I figured I would pick it up and do some more doodles and all that. It is a great book, she said. Even Elizabeth said it was a great book to do in the classroom, but it is adultish, so you can't really use it with elementary school. But there's some great things in here, and I wanted to start reading this and like using it in my art journal. So that's this book here. So she has some other books on that she published as well. I may get those as well, depending if I like this one. I love how it's like a composition notebook, because that's what I'm using for my art journal. So yeah, so that's pretty neat. Okay, so let's move on to my Knockdown My Tbr. I have 50 books in front of me from Monday that I didn't move. They're still in the same piles. I haven't even pulled out the books that you told me to pull out yet. So as I pull them out, I will say if I'm going to keep it or get rid of it. And I'm also going to read the first chapter. Not the first chapter. I'm going to read the first page, first paragraph. So I think it's going to be, hopefully, get rid of some of these books. So let's start. Okay, this is going to be interesting because I have to remember what you guys said in the comments. So let's go one by one, and I'm going to say I'm going to keep it, not keep it, or I'm going to read the first paragraph. So here we go. The first one, My Best Friend's Exorcism. I heard this was good. Someone also commented to keep it, so I'm keeping it. The next one, Red Riding Hood. I had no comments about this one. I have no idea. Let's read the first paragraph. Where is page 1? It says, very big on the very first page, it says, once upon a time, there was a girl and there was a wolf. So, and then it says, the next page, it says part 1. So I think I'm going to keep it because it's about wolves and I want to read more. So it looks like a fairy tale retelling. So I'm keeping it. Okay. The next one, How to Flirt with a Naked Werewolf. Sounds really interesting. I love the cover. It's about werewolves. I'm keeping it. Okay. The Outsiders. I read this in high school and I'm not going to read again because I never reread books because my TBR is humongous and I just don't have time to reread a book. So I am going to donate this one. Okay, that was hard, but I'm going to do it. Never Let Me Go. This one is a very popular book. Everyone said to keep it. Some people said they DNF'd it. I need to try it, so I am going to keep it. First Grave on the Right. This is book 1 of a series. I want to try it. So, yeah. I don't know if it's about zombies or vampires, something or other, something like that. But it's book 1 and I'm going to keep it. Okay. Now this one, I have no idea. Dead on the Delta. So let's read the first page and see if it even keeps me captivated. Let's go to chapter 1. Okay, ready? Chapter 1. Losing your lunch sucks. It sucks even more when you're not hungover. This is going to be hard because I don't like that she's drinking, but let's keep on going. My view on upchucking is that you should have earned your punishment, but I haven't earned it, and neither had she. I don't need those last 3 years of med school to know the body at my feet was a child not too long ago. Before the animals got to her face, before bugs crawled inside to investigate the holes the animals made, before... Oh, this is interesting. Okay. I don't like drinking. I don't like bugs. I am going to donate it. That was hard because I really want to read more, but those two things, okay, let's just donate it. The next one is Pleasure Abound, and I have no idea, but this one, yeah, so it says Demonica. So it's about demons. So let's read the first paragraph. Okay, the first paragraph. The demon is a prince of the air and can transform himself into several shapes, delude our senses for a time, but his power is determined. He may terrify us, but not hurt. Had Edelon been anywhere but the hospital, he would have killed the guy pleading for his life before him. As it was, he'd have to save the bastard. Sometimes being a doctor blows, he muttered, and jabbed the demon in a human suit with a syringe full of hemoxoxin. Hemoxoxin. Okay, so I stumbled on the person's name. I stumbled on the drug he used. I am going to donate it. Yeah, let's donate that one. Okay. A prayer for Owen Meany. I heard that this one's really good. No one commented about it, but it is very popular. Let's read the first page. It has lots of chapters. Let's see. Okay, so the first paragraph. I am doomed to remember a boy with a wrecked voice, not because of his voice or because he was the smaller person I ever knew, or even because he was an instrument of my mother's death, but because he is the reason I believe in God. I am Christian because of Owen Meany. Okay, so I am going to keep it and try to read a little bit more. It seems, yeah, I'm going to read a little bit more, so I am going to put it in my keep pile. I heard that this is really good, so yeah, let's keep it. Okay, Rosebush, let's try to read this one. I have a bookmark in here. I did read chapter 1 already, but many years ago, probably. Let's see. Should I read the prologue, or let's go straight to chapter 1. Okay, chapter 1. It's hard to talk when you're being kissed. I experienced that for the first time with Liam when I was in 9th grade. I was experiencing it again with my boyfriend, David, as a junior in front of Livingston Senior High School at 2:45 on the Thursday before Memorial Day weekend. Okay, so this is really funny because Memorial Day weekend is like right soon. It's coming up, right? Anyway, it takes place. At first she's in 9th grade. Now she's a junior. I think I'm going to keep it because my children are juniors. And they may want to read this. So I think I'm going to keep it. So that's that. So in that first pile, I got rid of 3 books. Pretty cool. Let's try the next pile. Okay. This is interesting. Okay, so the first one is called A Matter of Marriage. So, yeah. Let's see. I am going to read the first paragraph. How can a good wife and loving mother end up with not 1, but 3 unmarriageable children? Okay, so I think I'm going to keep it. She has 3 children. They're unmarried, but sounds interesting, and I have 3 children, so let's keep that one. Next one is Queen of a Tearling. So let's try to read it. I don't really like fantasy, so let's see if I could even read the first paragraph. There is a big map in the very first page, so big map there. And if I could get through the first paragraph, let's see if I keep it or not. So here we go. I am going to skip the very first thing because I'm probably not going to read it very well. There's like this thing here. It has lots of words that I am not going to pronounce. It sounds like people's names and stuff. I'm not going to try it. So let's try the first paragraph, which starts right here. Okay, Kelsey sat very still, watching the troop approach her homestead. The men rode as a military company without outliers on the corners, all dressed in the gray of the Tearling Royal Guard. The riders' cloaks swayed as they rode, revealing their costly weapons, swords, and short knives. all of them of Mort's Mesne steel. One man even had a mace. Kelsia could see its spike head protruding from his saddle. The sullen way they guided their horses toward the cottage made things very clear. They didn't want to be here. So I think that I am not going to enjoy it. I'm sorry if this is your favorite book. This is a very popular book, I know, within fantasy people. And I just don't like skipping over words. I can't even read the first paragraph, which is this thing here. And that's going to drive me nuts. So the way I read is I want to relax and not do a school project. So, sorry to say, I'm going to donate this one. Okay, so, Le Affair and Le Divorce. I don't like cheating, and I don't really like divorce. So, I am going to donate both of those. I'm sorry, I'm not even going to try opening up and reading it. So, The Girl from the Train, someone said to keep it, so I am keeping that one. The Unlikely Pilgrimage of Harold Fry. Someone said to keep it, so I'm keeping it. A Pound of Flesh. Let's try to read this one. So, let's see. I'm going to skip the prologue. I'm going directly to chapter 1. There's lots of names here. I am probably going to jump and skip. So, Wesley James Carter, Arthur Kill, Correctional Facility inmate, and all-around punk, smirked at the disgruntled prison guard who had been demanding his prison number for the past 10 minutes. To say that Carter's insolent behavior and amused expression were agitating the overright balding man would be an understatement. Jude was nearly foaming at the mouth. So this seems very interesting. I think I'm going to keep it. When they said Arthur Kill, there is an Arthur Kill in Staten Island, New York. So I don't know if they're referring to that or a different state or whatever. But yeah, I'm going to try to keep it and read a little bit more of that one. Okay, The Snow Child, someone said to keep it. Actually, many people said to keep it. So this will probably be the first one that I read throughout this whole pile. Yeah, like a lot of people said that. So the next one is The Power. Let's try to read it. This is a book of the month club. You know what? I think I'm going to keep it because it is a hardcover and it is book of the month club. I usually like to read my hardcovers, even though I don't know what this one's about. But yeah, I think I'm going to keep it. And Zadie Smith on Beauty. So let's try to read that one. I'm going to skip the acknowledgements. I'm going straight to chapter 1. Okay. One may as well begin with Jeremy's emails to his father. Okay, so, hey Dad, basically I'm just going to keep on keeping on with these mails. I'm no longer expecting you to reply, but I'm still hoping you will, if that makes sense. So, I think I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep it. So that's that one. All right, let's move on to the next pile. Okay, so here we go. The Sport of Kings. I have no idea what this one's about. So let's try to read it. Okay, so chapter 1. The Strange Family of Things. Your spirit will spread little by little through the whole great body of empire, joining all things in the shape of your likeness. Henry Forge, how far away from your father can you run? The boy disappeared into the corn, the green blades whisking and whispering as he raced down each canopied lane. The stalks snaggered him once, twice, and he cried out like a wounded bird, grasping his elbow, and he didn't fall. Once he'd seen a boy break his arm in the schoolyard. There had been a burrow-like crack of the thick bone snapping, and when the boy stood, his arm hung askew with the bone protruding like a split ash kitchen spoon. So it seems that very, very fast and paced, and I want to read more just to find out what this little boy is doing. I'm keeping it. So yeah, I have no idea what the book's about, but yeah. The next one is May We Be Forgiven. So that's this one. And this one won a Woman's Prize for Fiction. I think I'm just going to keep it. So because it is a very popular book, I'm going to keep it. So I'm not even going to try to read that one, but we'll see. The next one is the Portable Veben. I can't even read the title. So let's see if I could even read the book. So let's go into the first page. And we are going to chapter 1. It says, End the Attachment. Huddled together on the last block of Tasso Street in California town known as Palo Alto was a pair of humble bungalows, each one a plot in lilies, and in one lived a woman in a slim green spring of her life, and her name was Veben Amdenhoofd. I butchered that. I know I did. All right, I think I'm gonna keep it. It did get an award for the long list. I'm gonna keep it, even though I don't know how to say that name, but let's try this one. Barbara Kingslover. This is an Orange Prize. I'm gonna keep it. I'm not gonna try reading it. Americana, very popular. I'm gonna keep it. Let's go with this one, Outline, and see what this one's about. So I have a hardcover. I'm going to first page. Before the flight, I was invited for lunch at a London club with a billionaire I've been promised had liberal credentials. He talked in his open-necked shirt about the new software he was developing that could help organizations identify the employees most likely to rob and betray them in the future. We were meant to be discussing a literary magazine he was thinking of starting up. Unfortunately, I had to leave before we arrived at that subject. He insisted on paying for a taxi to the airport, which was useful since I was late and had a heavy suitcase. Okay, so I think I'm going to keep it. The main character is a computer person, and my husband's a computer person, so I'm going to try to read a little bit more. So I'm going to keep that one, put that in my keep pile. Okay, moving on. Small Island. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. This one, it's the winner of an Orange Prize. I think I'm going to keep it because it did win an award. So that's that one. Where'd You Go, Bernadette? It is a movie. I am going to donate it and probably watch the movie. So let's donate that. Life After Life. Let's see. It says entirely thrilling. So is it thrilling? I don't know. Let's go to page 1. It takes place in 1930. So it is a historical fiction, I believe. I don't know. Okay. A fog of tobacco, smoke, and damp, clamming air hit her as she entered the cafe. She had come in from the rain, and drops of water still trembled like delicate dew on the fur coats of some of the women inside. A regiment of white aproned waiters rushed around at tempo, serving the needs of the Munchner? Sorry, I don't know. That must be another language there. At leisure, coffee, cake, and gossip. I don't know. It looks like a lot of... This is going to drive me nuts. Okay, I am going to donate it. The main reason is because there are lots of words on here that are not English. I don't know what language it is, but if I look down throughout the page, yeah, I could see lots of words that are not English. So, and I am not going to look up the pronunciation or the translation of every single word. That will drive me nuts. So, sorry if this is your favorite book, but I don't like that type of book. So, let's move to the next one. Oh my God, this is so long. Anyway, this is Anita Shreve. I think I'm going to keep it. I did read her before, and I really liked her writing style, so I'm going to keep this. The last 20 books. Here we go. The Paying Guests. This is one of the authors I want to try to read, so I'm keeping it. Let's try The Idea of Perfection. So let's see what this one's about. I am going to go to page 1, chapter 1. In his ex-wife's clever decorating magazines, Douglas had seen mattress ticking being amusing. Marjorie had explained that it was amusing to use mattress ticking for curtains, the same way it was amusing to use an old singer as a table for your maidenhair ferns. But he did not think the amusing aspect of mattress ticking being used as a curtain had made it as far as the hotel. He could feel the cold dust in the fabric as he held it back to look out the window. Okay, I think I am going to keep it because it sounds like she's sewing or something with a curtain. They do mention a singer, which is a sewing machine. I'm gonna try to read it and keep it. All right. Next one is A God in Every Stone. So let's see. Book 1, chapter 1. Okay, takes place in 1914. Vivian Spencer was almost running now, up the mountainside along the ancient paving stones of the Sacred Way, accompanied by an orchestra of birds, spring water, cicadas, and the encounter of breeze and olive trees. The guide and donkeys were far behind, so there was no one to see her stop sharply beside a white block which had tumbled part way down the mountain centuries ago, and rest her hands against its surface before bending close to touch her lips to it. Marble grip and a taste which made her jerk away in shock. The bones of Zeus' sanctuary had a sweetness of fig. Either that or a bird flying overhead might have dropped a fruit here, and the juice of it smeared against the stone. She looked down at her feet, saw a split open fig. So I think I am going to keep it. It also was a woman's prize for fiction in 2015. So I'm going to keep it. The next one is When I Hit You. This was also won an award, so I am going to keep it. The Bees. So let's see what this one's about. I am skipping the prologue, going right to chapter 1. The cell squeezed her, and the air was hot and fetid. all the joints of her body burns from the frantic twisting against the walls. Her head was pressed into her chest and her legs shot with cramps, but her struggles had worked. One wall felt weaker. She kicked out with all her strength and felt something crack and break. She forced and tore and bit until there was a jagged hole into fresher air beyond. So I'm going to keep it. So yeah, so that's that. Stay With Me. And this takes place in 2008. And I must leave this city today and come to you. My bags are packed in the empty rooms behind me that I should have left a week ago. Musa, my driver, has slept at the security guard's post every night since last Friday, waiting for me to wake him up at dawn so we can set out on time. But my bags still sit in the living room gathering dust. So I think I am going to keep it because that was kind of easy to read. So Broken Harbor. This one. I read book 1 and I did not like it. And I have book 2. I kept book 2. I don't know what number this is. This is probably 3 or 4. I don't know. I think I'm going to donate it because I did not like book 1. Sorry if this is your favorite book of all time. I don't know. I just didn't like book 1. So let's get rid of it. Sandra Brown is somebody I want to read. I haven't read yet. I'm going to keep it. This one, The Perfect Witness. Sorry, I didn't show the cover. This is one my grandmother gave me, so it's large print, so I am going to keep it. And then I have Turning Angel. Let's try to read this one. Chapter 1. Chapter 1. Ready? Some stories must wait to be told. Any writer worth his salt knows this. Sometimes you wait for events to percolate in your subconscious until a deeper truth emerges. Other times you're simply waiting for the principles to die. Sometimes it's both. This story is like that. So I read it pretty good. And I'm going to keep it. So, yeah. Last pile, the last 10 books. Here we go. Lisa Gardner. I want to read this author. I haven't read her yet. I'm keeping it. Far Gone. So, I am going to keep it because her name is Laura and I need to read more books by the name that I have. So I am not even going to attempt to read it yet. So I'm going to keep that one. This one for the twins' sake. This one Elizabeth sent me in the mail and I have not read it yet. And it's about twins. So I am going to keep it. Nowhere But Here. I have read Katie McGarry before, and I'm going to keep it since I didn't read that one yet. Okay, The Wicked Lovely. Let's try to read this one. The Wicked Lovely, Chapter 1. Seers, or men of the second sight, have very terrifying encounters with the fairies they call Slema or the good people. All right, so that was a little quote in the beginning. 4-ball side pocket Aislinn pushed the cue forward with a short, quick thrust. The ball dropped into the pocket with a satisfying clack. Her playing partner, Denny, motioned toward a harder shot, a bank shot. She rolled her eyes. Wait, what? You in a hurry? He pointed with the cue. Right. Focus and control, that's what it's all about. She sank the 2. He nodded once, as close as he got to praise. So, I don't know. I think I'm going to donate it mainly because I did stumble on the people's names and I don't like doing that. I also didn't like the quote in the beginning. Sorry if this is your favorite book, but I am going to donate it. So that's that. Okay. Marissa Meyer, I have read before, and I'm going to keep it. Here is my favorite author. Of course, I'm going to keep it because I haven't read this one yet. And yeah, even though I heard it wasn't as good as her other books, but I still want to read it. So yeah, I'm going to keep that one. Stephen King, I'm going to keep. It goes in my Stephen King pile. I have a huge collection of Stephen King that I haven't read yet. I'm actually reading The Stand now. So yeah, I'm going to keep that one. And the last two books is book 1 and book 2 of a series. So I'm going to try to read book 1. Let's see what happens. This is book 1. And it's called The Beautiful and the Cursed. So some nightmares walk in the light. Sounds pretty interesting. Let's see if I could even read the first paragraph. Okay, it takes place in Paris, and it is late November 1899. So the boy was late. Bridget crossed the folds of her sable cape to shut out the creeping frost. It was still and quiet within the walled garden. The hollow sort of quiet that arrives just past midnight. Swaths of snowy burlap covered the rose shrubs, making them look ghostly under the bright moon, and wisps of clouds shuddered through the sky. She felt like a fool. She actually believed he would come. He had to have been trifling with her in the markets the day before when they met. Bridget usually sent servants there, but she was bored with the shopping arcades, and her friend Jacqueline had suggested they go. When Jacques had wandered off to look at some inexpensive paste rings, Bridget had noticed the boy standing behind his barrow of parsnips and potatoes. I think that I am going to donate both of the books. I don't know. I just didn't feel it, and I'm donating both of those. Okay, so I donated 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 books. Better than last week. So 12 books will be going to the VVA. I think that's where I'm donating to. So anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you in another video. Bye.